Right, Tom, are you ready to start?
Born ready.
Now, you always say I say this far too loudly, so to be honest, I think you might as well take your headphones off. Ready? Hi, kids! Wow, there was some echoing there.
Did you hear it back through my headphones because how loud you are?
Yeah.
That was the plan.
For everyone listening, I told Tom to take his headphones off this week because he always complains that I say it far too loudly. I introduced the podcast far too loudly, so that was just the background noise from Tom's headphones.
No, just me doing
the
some
reverb.
Atmospheric cinematic sound. You're welcome. I hope that made it more inclusive into what it's like on my end.
Yeah, there you go. That's my voice coming through Tom's headphones. It's quite, what would you say? Not dystopian, but, it's kind of like weird.
Jarring?
No, like...
You are kind of weird.
I'm coming through my microphone, but I'm also coming out of your headphones on the other side of London, and this is all pre-recorded, and the people that are listening to this are in loads of different places around the world.
Don't break the fourth wall. People don't know.
People don't know
think
what?
It's live. People think it's live.
Yeah, but
live and with you in your ears.
Don't you think this is really, really strange that people all around the world are listening to us talking? It's just weird. It's weird. Technology is weird.
Spotify thingy, and it said 55 different countries. I was like,
yeah,
that's a whole lot of countries.
52, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I rounded up to 53. Rounded to the nearest 5.
55. Yeah, we can say 55. Why not? I don't know.
What did I say? Did I say 55?
He said 53. And then you said 55 and then he said else. The semantics. Who really cares? 50 odd countries listen to our podcast. And yes,
that's crazy to me.
That is crazy. So that was off our Spotify Wrapped 2020, which everyone gets. If you have a Spotify account, at the end of each year, they do a little wrap up and give you some nice little breakdowns of what you've been listening to. And if you are a podcaster and a podcast on Spotify, they give you a breakdown of your podcast. And 50 odd countries. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. If you want to hear me say thanks even more, head over to our Instagram. That'll be our AudioBox where I chat even more.
Just chat. You just
chat.
Maybe I should. I'm not going to say it. I've said it before. No. I said it in season 2. Maybe I'll chat on the Instagram. I don't do it.
Tom does not chat on Instagram. You chat a bit on Twitter. Just through your tweets. You tweet.
Yeah, but you can't really see my mouth moving going, is he saying those words or is he just scheduled it?
Although, Twitter now does stories, which I've seen.
I know, that is so weird, though.
Weird. And
do people do it?
Well, I've put up one just to see what it was like to put it up. Yes, but
Did you delete it?
No, I left it up there, but I didn't really get many views. Anyway, when you press send, it's not send, it's fleet.
Oh, I have heard it's fleet.
What does that mean? Fleet. Like fly.
Just like tweet. Yes.
That's so weird. Why would you just be like, and fleet my little story video?
Story. I have no idea. But fleet does sound weird.
You don't say, I'm just going to, fleet a story. Just
do you guys mind if I fleet this?
It's just weird.
It's things I say regularly. I go, hey guys, gather around for this fleet. Squeeze in, guys. Going to fleet here.
Is really odd. Anyway, that's a little new thing that Anya found out today. She was 24 years old.
Do you know what? That's a tangent that I didn't interrupt or bring up. Are we all impressed?
It was all by moi.
It was Anya's. That's mad. That is absolutely mad.
Anyway, thanks for reminding me that I'm completely going off grid today. Tom, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm really good, thank you. We're getting closer to Christmas. I started putting some Christmas lights up last night and I was like, I'm too tired to do this.
Oh, cute.
So I have a few. They don't look very Christmassy. They're just lights. They're just colourful lights.
Those are the kind of lights that I would probably keep up my room all year round. Not going to lie to you.
I'm not a big fairy light type of guy.
Are you not? But you like your neon signs.
I like
and
my
your
neon lights.
funky lamps.
I like all lamps, really, but
not a fairy light guy.
I'm not a fairy light type of guy. So don't like them.
Why don't you like them?
Don't know why.
They're too twinkly.
Yeah, I think it's the twinkly effect.
Interesting.
I have no need for them. They also don't light up very much, I think, is the other thing.
But it's the mood lighting, isn't it?
Mood for what?
When you're watching... Netflix and just chilling out. It's not like a big bright lamp. It's just like a nice subtle light effect. It's like I can see my way to my door if I need to go for a pee or get a glass of water.
Is that how?
But it's not going to wake me up. Kind of
Is
light.
that your point of position of? So, does this light up my room enough to guide me to the door? Have those glow in the dark arrows.
Yeah.
Like they do on planes, just point you in which direction you need to walk to the door.
I need some like pathway lights, runway lights.
Yeah.
In my bedroom.
Have a little
signals.
man who's going with torches.
My bedroom is
great.
not that long. I think I could
What?
probably navigate it with my eyes closed. So I don't
Probably
know
roll
what
out
I'm
of
on
bed and
about.
reach the door handle from
Honestly,
from
I
bed.
really probably could. So I don't know what I'm chatting about, Tom. Anyway,
So how are
love
you,
your
Anya?
lights.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually feeling really Christmassy as well. I think I've had my
That's the
trip
most wonderful time of the year.
It really is. I've had my trip for 10 days now, so I'm in the proper
Wow.
festive mood.
Do you have a real tree or a fake tree?
We have a real tree, just because genuinely we like the smell of it. I think it's hit or miss, isn't it? I rather the aesthetic of the fake tree, but for me that real tree smell is like Christmas in a bottle.
Yeah,
So
that's what we think here.
yeah.
But I do like the idea of a fake Christmas tree just due to ease and
Oh,
practicality.
100%. Yeah, and I'm getting
You don't pine everywhere.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh my god, no
I'm
way.
getting old now, so I'm like noticing how annoying it is to have to sweep up every single time you go into the living
Water it all
room.
the time, and it's all just.
It's
all
just another.
faff.
It's a living thing that I have to be responsible for. It's just.
How many living things are you responsible for?
Oh, I killed a houseplant this week, so
not
that's
watering
one
it.
less thing that I'm responsible for.
Was it your house plant or was it the
Yeah,
family's
it was
house plant?
mine. It was the new
many
one that I
houseplants
got
do
for
you
my
have?
birthday.
Was it a succulent?
No, I don't really
Cacti?
know. It's called a mother of pearls plant.
I thought it was a mother of pearls plant. Sorry, that would be
yeah.
my third guess.
It was called Penelope because it looks like little peas.
Do you name
Anyway, it's dead
things?
now. Yeah, I've said this
She's
before.
dead now.
She's dead. Rest in peace.
Did you name
Yeah.
your car?
Yeah. Do you want to know what my car's called?
Hetty.
Noddy.
I wasn't too far off. I knew it was going to end in a Y.
Noddy the car. You know, like Noddy the TV show when you're younger.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Noddy was like an elf though.
Yeah, but she used to drive in a red car, I think.
Was Noddy a she?
I thought Noddy. I don't know. Maybe she or he didn't have a gender.
They.
Non-binary. Yeah,
I think
I don't
they
think
is
it
the
was
correct term.
specified actually if they had a gender. But Noddy is the name of my car. I was going to ask you if you'd name your car, but you haven't.
I
You do
haven't.
not have a car.
No. No, I haven't got a car because I can't drive.
You don't.
Actually, no. All
Yeah. One
of that.
day, Tom. One day.
Maybe. Who knows? I live in London. I don't really need to drive.
I actually have a really bad habit of naming everyone's cars, even
You
if
name
they
other people.
haven't
That's rude. That is
named
so
their
rude.
cars. I've recently named 2 cars. I've named my boyfriend's car Bruce. It looks like Bruce from Finding Nemo, you know, the shark.
The shark.
He's got a BMW, and I just think BMWs look angry.
Shark-like? Oh, angry.
You know, don't you think that cars have the face of a car? Like you can just determine whether it's a happy car or a sad car. Like a Fiat just looks happy and cute, whilst a BMW just looks angry.
Are you okay, Anya? You all right?
I think we should move on to the podcast, really.
I would be really offended if someone named my car. Do you name other people's pets?
Oh no, because they've already got names. But if I go into someone's car and I'm like, "What's your car called?" and they say they haven't named
How
it,
often does that come up in
I will
conversation?
name
What's your
it.
car called?
well, recently, twice, I've named his car
Do you
Bruce.
get into people's Ubers and go, what's your Uber called?
No. It's just friends and families.
Right,
Like my other
otherwise it'd be
friend,
weird.
I called her car Lola.
Did it look like a Lola? Was it a yellow car?
It did look like Lola's like yellow.
Up here, yes. Up in my head, yes.
See, who's the
Lola would be
weirdo?
a yellow car.
Who's
a
the
Lola car.
weirdo? See, I'm not that strange.
What makes it a Lola? I'm trying to go on your level, Anya.
It
This
just
is
looked
the issue.
cute. It just looked like a little happy Lola. A little Lola.
No, you can't use your expression in the explanation.
Yeah, but you just, like, if I said, for example.
I called my cat Cornflake because it's orange like a cornflake.
Right, so you go off colours and I go off expressions. If I gave you the name Geraldine,
Okay.
what type of person is a Geraldine?
An older person, an adult.
Are they happy or sad or angry or obnoxious?
Happy Jerry.
Well, there
Happy
you
Geraldine.
go. See, names have expressions.
I just know a Geraldine that I didn't want to offend.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
Anyway, Tom, I think, again, tangenting a lot at the start of this episode, aren't we? But it's been great getting to know the inner works of our brains.
So,
Anyway.
Anya,
So, Tom.
every week we do this thing called I'm an Adult But, where we try to explain that you can be the most grown-up and adult person in the world, but still do very childish things along the way.
Yes.
What's your I'm an Adult But for this week?
My one this week is exceptionally naughty, and I have to mention it to you guys because it would be rude not to, and I'd feel like a big fat liar if I didn't expose myself for doing this. But I do feel bad for doing it because I've never done it before. There you go. There's a new thing.
Did you punch an old lady?
Oh, no.
You've done that before.
I was going to say there's a new time for everything, but I don't think I'd ever punch an old lady, so maybe not.
You don't know that yet.
Not yet. I'll let you guys know if things change.
So guys, I'm an Adult But I punched an old lady.
I hope not, because I've done enough naughtiness for 1 week. So, this week I went on a little drive, and on my little drive I treated myself to a McDonald's, a little drive-through McDonald's, just, a little weekday treat.
You got the hungers.
Yeah, exactly, and I don't usually do that. I feel like that is a special treat. If you're going through a drive-through, that's a special treat to me, so it was a big deal.
You look after yourself, you eat correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
And work out, which is growth to me.
Yeah, well.
And look through people's windows whilst you run by.
Great. Actually, on that note, one of my friends listened to this episode and she brought it up.
My lights fell and they terrified me.
Oh, Tom, I'm sorry. You're okay. You're still here. She's going to have to put them up again later. It's because she said she didn't like fairy lights and
I'm curious if the rest of them are going to fall.
Well,
during
time will tell.
Recording.
Time will tell, Tom.
See if I've cut this recording, but if these... nah.
Yeah, bleh.
I tried so hard I couldn't get any words out.
Tom, just pause there about the running in the windows. One of my friends listened to this podcast and I didn't even bring it up to her. She brought it up to me. She said, by the way, I was in hysterics whilst I was in the shower listening to your podcast, because apparently that's where she listens to us in, which is also weird. I wonder where everyone else listens to us. Anyway.
Tweet us and DM us on Instagram. And we are AudioBox. Where do you listen to us? And why do you listen to us, in fact? That's the bigger question. But where do you listen to us in the shower? Do you listen to us just before you go to bed?
It's strange. Anyway, she said that it's not weird to look through people's windows when you're running, and she does it too. And sometimes she'll go on a drive down like a nice road with nice houses and look in their windows.
That's weird.
Not weird. Normal, apparently.
That's so weird. I'm
anyway,
sorry.
That was my...
All of that was weird. She listens to us in the shower, and she drives past people's houses to look through their windows. It's weird. Thank you for listening, but you're weird.
Anyway, so back to this week's I'm an Adult But. Yes. Back to this week's I'm an Adult But. Because that was last week's I'm an Adult But. So this week, I treated myself to a drive-through McDonald's, nice. And I made the wrong decision, to eat the McDonald's on the drive home instead of sitting and eating in the car park, which is dangerous. I don't think you should really eat
you're not concentrating on the road.
Well, yeah, and clearly I wasn't because I ran a red light.
Oh,
I ran a red light. Well,
did you get a ticket?
Not yet. Well, I didn't run it completely. So, I went through it, and I must have stopped like 3 meters after the light, because it was one of those double lights where there was a light where the literal line is where you're not allowed to cross, and in the junction in the middle, there's the lights on the other side. And I saw the lights on the other side as I ran the first red lights, and I literally emergency braked, both feet down, stopped, and I literally sat there like, oh my god, what have I done? And then I felt far too sick, I couldn't eat the rest of my McDonald's.
You didn't finish it?
No, I felt so bad, like awful. It was not a good day. Not a good day. Anyway, I'm an adult, but I ran a red light because I got a McDonald's. What's your I'm an adult, but, Tom?
So my I'm an adult, but isn't even nearly as grown up as that. Much more childish. But So my cat has decided to play this game at about 1 in the morning when I'm just about to go to bed. So I'm lying in bed. I should be asleep, but I haven't quite nodded off. And what he does is he sits right outside the house and just shouts.
Cute.
But he shouts like he's in pain.
Oh,
so I've got this constant fear, because we often have foxes around where I live. I've got this
Yeah.
constant fear that he's going to try and fight a fox and lose. So he's shouting outside like he's just been attacked. So I go, maybe he's just been attacked. Run downstairs. Open the door. And he's just like, oh, hi, thanks for letting me in. I go, okay, I hate it. And at night time, I don't know if your cat's like this. At night time, cats don't want to sleep. They want to play. And so his games are much more violent than my games. My games are like something on TV or whatever. His game is, let's see how much we can make Tom bleed. Right? So I'm out of bed now, and it's 1 in the morning, and he's run up the stairs super quick. So zoom up the stairs.
Cornflake's old as well. He's got a lot of energy for an old man.
He's got a lot of energy for an old man. And he sits at the top of the stairs, tail flicking viciously. And we haven't got like a grand staircase, so it's not very wide. It's about one person wide. And he's just sitting there at the top of the stairs, tail flicking, shouting, big eyes. I know I'm going to get attacked if I walk past him. So I'm stood at the bottom of the stairs going, do I sleep downstairs? Do I just let this cat win and just sleep downstairs?
He now rules the upstairs land.
Yeah, I guess I go outside and shout outside for a bit. I'm the cat now. I sat downstairs in the living room watching some awful TV that I didn't want to watch.
No, you didn't let him win.
Just so I didn't have to get... And I just wasn't in the mood to be sliced open in about 2 in the morning.
Would he really have attacked you if you walked past him?
He's a vicious little cat. He's horrid.
You should have just put your thickest boots on.
What boots do you think I own?
Do you not keep your shoes downstairs?
I keep them upstairs. I keep them in my room.
Well,
I don't leave my shoes downstairs.
You need, in future, you need to leave a pair of shoes downstairs. I could have used my coat. You should have, but then you would have ripped out your coat.
I can't believe this. I couldn't. Yeah, I know. But it'd be better than my skin being ripped open and me bleeding in bed. I might have died, I might have bled out.
Well, he's only a little small ginger cat.
He's big. He's huge.
Is he?
So I'm an adult, but I didn't want to get attacked at night time. So I stayed up for an extra hour so my cat wouldn't attack me at the top of the stairs.
I want to know the ending of the story. When you did go upstairs.
So then I left at about an hour, 40 minutes.
An hour, 40 minutes? You were up till
an hour
2:40.
or 40
Okay. But you still went to bed at like 2 a.m. then?
Yeah, it was still a late night. And well, at the time I got to the top of the stairs, he'd gone to bed.
I can imagine you going into work the next day and your work colleagues being like, are you alright, Tom? You look a bit tired. Was it a big night? And you being like, yeah, rough night, guys.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Scared of my cat. Couldn't walk upstairs.
So, yeah, I'm an adult, but I'm terrified of my little ginger cat.
Oh, Tom.
That's my story. But I'm sorry you ran a red light and couldn't finish your McDonald's.
It was quite a traumatic experience to say the least.
What is your McDonald's order?
Usually it's not very interesting. It's nuggets and chips and a vanilla milkshake. Or sometimes I go for a Sprite and have a McFlurry. But I never have a McFlurry and a milkshake at the same time.
That'd be too much.
That's too much because I feel like the McFlurry, the
but
milkshakes
either way, you always
like
have to have something ice creamy.
Yes. I have a big sweet tooth. I can't go without. I can't eat a meal and not have dessert after it.
Really?
Yeah, hate it.
You
It annoys me.
used to at uni.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
100%. 100%. I would go back downstairs and have a hot chocolate. I just need something sweet.
A hot chocolate's not a dessert.
Well, like and a biscuit. Just something. I just need something
if my hot
sweet.
chocolate was my dessert.
No, sometimes it just
I went to a
hits
fancy
the
restaurant
spot.
and they go, "Do you want to check the dessert menu?" I go, "No, thank you. I'll have a hot chocolate." It's not the same thing.
No, okay, I never do that. But if I'm at home and I don't have
what's
anything
the chocolate
sweet,
fudge cake situation? What are we talking?
Yeah, or the cheesecake, or the.
What are we talking? Can we add cream to this? Let's go. Start the conversation.
I hate it when they're like, "Do you want cream or ice cream?" It's like, obviously both, but I know I can't.
Do you have custard as well? Are you a custard eater?
I do like custard, although it's never on the menu. It's never on the menu in restaurants.
Go to the wrong restaurants.
Clearly, needs to sort it out, Anya.
Only go to restaurants that have custard on the menu.
You need to point them out first.
Me? Anyway, why do I need to take you?
No, you need to point me in the direction, not I said point it out, not take me out. Jesus.
Yeah, but why do I still need to point out the restaurants that you can go to?
I don't know what restaurants sell custard.
Well, Google it!
Yeah, but you said that you do know them. You don't know them either.
I regularly go to restaurants and they go, would you like custard with that? I go, no, thank you.
Interesting. I need to find these spots. Anyway, Tom. Today, we are talking about soulmates.
Okay.
Which is going to be interesting. Because I already know what Tom's going to think about soulmates. I think everyone does. Everyone that listens to this
Everyone
podcast
kind of knows me now.
knows what Tom's going to think about it. And what does Mr. Tom Humphrey...
I want to hear what you think I think about them first. Do you want me to write it down somewhere so I can...
Yes.
Okay.
Then there's no cheating involved.
I don't know where a pen is.
Oh, get your act together, Tom.
A load of pencils.
Come on.
Reason, though.
Be prepared. I've got 2 pens and a pencil sat in front of me. And a notepad and a calculator. What do you have?
Well, weirdly, I have my notepad.
Level up.
So I was half ready. I think. Okay.
So you're going to write down like one word, like whether you believe in it or not.
Okay.
There's a lot of scribbling for a two-lettered word.
Yep.
You're writing a sentence as well with it.
Yep.
Okay. Before you lift up your notepad, let me explain. I think no, you don't believe in them.
Okay, that full stop. Is that a really run-on sentence?
In soulmates, I just think that you think it's probably a load of baloney and that they don't exist and there's not just one person out there for you. There's probably a whole load of them and you're probably compatible with a lot of people, but you just choose to be one person. That's the end of the day. I can't read that. That's far too small.
I think it's probably backwards as well.
I literally can't read it.
It says soulmates don't exist.
Soulmates don't exist. Well, there you go. Also, the psychology, that's interesting the way that you wrote that down. Did you know that people with more confidence write bigger? On like, if you give them a big page to write on.
Well, I could have written bigger, so that's not very big.
Huh?
That wasn't very big, is that what you're saying?
Exactly, yeah. So you lack in confidence. There you go, psychology behind that.
I've been called a write-out.
Anyway, that's a separate topic. You don't believe in soulmates. How come, Tom?
Pretty much for what you said.
Yeah.
I don't believe there's one person in the world that matches you.
Mhm.
I think, like, I could find someone in the UK whom I match perfectly with, and then I can move to, let's say, Korea.
Korea? Of all places? Jesus.
I reckon there could be someone who I match with perfectly there. I think there'll be a language barrier.
Yeah.
But I reckon there would be someone for me there, where they say there's plenty more fish in the sea.
Yeah.
That whole expression kind of opens up the idea that there isn't just one person, there's plenty more people.
You're trying to say you're a catch, Tom? You're trying to say that there's many, many people out there that are going to like you?
I'm saying quite the reverse. I'm saying there's probably more generic people who are like me.
That's a very humble way of putting it, Tom.
Well, it was the opposite of what you were saying. So yeah, I think you kind of stop looking.
You kind of just stop looking?
You
Why?
kind of stop looking. If you found someone who you've connected well with,
yeah,
like really well with, why would you carry on looking? Like you find the best restaurant that does hot chocolates and custard. Would you carry on looking for a restaurant with custard, or would you go, well, I know?
Interesting. Actually, when you've had it that way, yeah, but it's nice to like try out new restaurants just for like the thrill of trying out new restaurants.
But with that said,
I wouldn't convert that into the way that I treat my relationship.
Yeah, are you trying out other people?
No, I wouldn't do that. So that would be adultery.
I think you stop looking.
Yes. Well, I agree with you. I think you know, I'm in my mid-20s now. How disgusting is that? Anyway, as I'm in my mid-20s...
Not quite mid-20s.
Well, actually, if you look up what is 24, it says young to mid-20s. So
you're 24.
I really am. It's really old. Anyway, a lot of people have recently...
Good to be 23 over here.
Shut up. said to me, because I have been in a relationship for 5 years now, you know, if so-and-so, his name, does propose to you, would you say yes? And, or no, or like, do you think he's the one? And it's like, well, I'm not wasting my time on somebody that I don't think is the one. Like, why would I be in a committed relationship with somebody if I don't see a future with them? So I agree with you in the sense that, yes, you're not going to look elsewhere if you think that that person is the right person for you. However, that isn't to say that the person that you're with is your 100% soulmate, you know, like as compatible as somebody else would be if you were to look. However, that's the gamble, isn't it? Like, that's the gamble with relationships in general. What you have is good in front of you, but is the grass greener? And
it's weird that you say that about your friend asking you this question, because I was once walking around my local area, and this old man has an adorable dog. Right? A really sweet old man has a really sweet little dog.
Cute.
And he always stops. He goes, "Oh, my dog likes you," and I go, "Oh, I like your dog." That's a weird little thing we say. And he goes, "Oh, no girlfriend today." And I go, I was like, weird question for me to ask me. So I was like, "Oh no, she's still at work. Been off." And he goes, you proposed yet? I was like, "I'm 23 and I don't know who you are. You've just got a cute dog. If I didn't stop to talk to your dog, I wouldn't be interrogated right now." And I was like, "Well, I'm 23. No."
Oh my god. Interesting.
That was a weird question. We don't even live together.
I think
so he must have seen me walking around with her once or twice and be like, "Oh,
he must just be making small talk, right?"
No, who makes small talk and goes married?
Yeah, but older couples,
How
older
often,
people.
You know when you go to work and it's like a quiet section, you go, "You're going to be married anytime soon?"
I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't, because that's a weird question to ask.
But I think it's not the social norm anymore to ask that question, because people have spoken out about it more, and like, it's just, I think people it's just an awkward question. It's like how when you ask a woman in their late 20s, like, "Oh, so when are you having a baby?" And it's like, it's just not an appropriate question to ask anymore. And people have flagged that, because what if they can't have a baby? What if they've just had a miscarriage? What if they don't want children? Exactly. And it's the same as asking people, you know, when they're going to get married. And friends can ask it, because I think it's just like a, you know, endearing kind of, like, it could be a joke. It could just be like, I don't know, they're flirting around with the idea. It's just, it's endearing. But yeah, I don't think strangers ask that question anymore. But he's an older guy, so, you know, I think back then
marriage is important?
It was normal.
Do you think marriage is a whole concept that's important, or do you think it's an outdated idea?
I think it's outdated, but I like the idea of it myself.
Do you like the idea of it because of the wedding and the big party, or do you like the idea of saying that person there is my husband, or do you like the idea of changing your name down the line, or double barreling your name?
Yeah, I like the idea of having like a big wedding, like,
or is it the whole party aspect?
I'm a big party person. I like celebrating, so I think that's great. I love that.
I think that's great.
I love
you can
that.
have a party regardless.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it has to be a wedding. It just be like a celebration of like, this is my person. But I like having that, this is my person. I like that.
This one here? This one's mine.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. It's like a little partnership. It's like, you know, when you're at school with your best bud and you can like look at them from across the room if somebody's made a comment, and you don't even have to say anything, but you'll know what each other are thinking. It's like that kind of bond. I love it.
Work's a very similar thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And work with someone long enough, it's like, oh god.
Exactly, and it's those kind of bonds that are really special, and I think that's why for me it doesn't have to be marriage, but I like being able to have that close bond with somebody, and it's not just like a work colleague or a friend, like you're intimate with that person, like that's the closest you can be with anybody, and it's just a special connection really, isn't it? And going back to soulmates, I am like, you're gonna hate me. I'm in two minds about soulmates. Shut up. I'm in two minds. I kind of believe that they exist. I like the idea that they exist. However, how big is the population now in the world? Like
8 point something billion.
I was gonna say 7 billion, but I think that's wrong now, isn't it? I think it's definitely gone up.
Wow.
The last time I checked, it was like 7 billion.
Okay.
I don't check it don't check it on a daily basis.
You should. It's a great... I don't either. The world population is...
What is it? Is it still
7.6 billion.
We're getting there. We are getting there.
7.6. I'm nearly right.
Anyway, I just don't believe that out of 7.6 billion people, there is only one person that is right for me. I'm like you in the sense that I think that there's probably a whole load of people that are compatible with me. However, there's got to be that one person that is like the most like appropriate person for me, like the most compatible out of everyone. But how are you going to find that person in the whole wide world?
Okay, if you could do a test, or like a DNA test, right? So something that's 100% proven.
Yeah.
And it says your perfect pairing is Dean Demando, right? Dean Demando.
That's a really random name.
And he's perfect for you, but he lives in South America.
Yeah.
100% you'd get on well. You're the perfect for each other. Would you go and find him?
No, because I think this is the other thing.
Sorry, Dean.
If you had asked me when I was like fresh out of school, hadn't had a boyfriend yet, hadn't really had much life experience, then maybe it would be alluring and interesting. However,
would you not be curious?
No, not really, because when you've been with somebody for a while, even if somebody comes along that's like more compatible and you get on a bit better with them, it's like you've made all of that life experience with the other person, and nobody can take away that or match it in the same way that that person did. You know, like no one's going to be able to share those memories with you because they're gone now. Yeah, like the experiences that you've had together.
With Dean.
100% you probably could. However,
just go on a date with my pal Dean is all I'm asking here. That's what I'm trying to get at, Anya. Will you leave your boyfriend for my pal Dean?
Dean is a figment of your imagination, Tom.
That's what you think. Wait until you meet Dean. Great looking guy.
I'm sure he's a catch, just like you, Tom.
Shredded.
Tell him there's plenty more fish in the sea.
He'll be heartbroken.
Anyway,
I rarely see him because he lives in South America. I think is where I said he's from. I can't remember. Somewhere.
Should I tell you what a soulmate actually is?
Yes.
The definition of a soulmate is...
Tell me.
A soulmate is a person with whom one has a feeling of deep or natural affinity with. This may involve similarity, love, romance, platonic relationships, comfort, intimacy, sexuality, sexual activity, spirituality, compatibility, and trust. There's a lot going in there. And the thing that stands... Is that the thing that stands out to you the most?
Yeah, what does affinity actually mean?
I think affinity just means forever. Like... natural affinity. I don't know. Should we look it up?
This podcast is now just a podcast of people looking things up.
Affinity.
Send us a word that you want us to Google next week.
A strong liking for or attraction to someone.
So I have an affinity towards donuts.
Yeah. I thought it was like...
yeah.
I thought it was like Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond.
Oh, that's an I, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's an infinity, not an affinity.
Anyway, the thing that sticks out to me in that is the platonic relationships. Because when you think of soulmates, you naturally think like love and intimacy. When actually, it could just be love in a very platonic way. Like your best friend that is your mate from school and you've never had an intimate relationship with them.
Sorry, Blake, if you're listening to this, you're not my soulmate.
Oh, poor
I love you, pal,
Blake. Who is your soulmate then? No one. You would just say no one is your soulmate. You don't have a soulmate.
That bullies me at the top of the stairs.
Well, he's not your full soulmate. There's no affinity for him, is there? Forever and ever and ever.
For fact.
Interesting. I feel quite sad though if you're going to admit that you don't have a soulmate.
Well, I might do.
But you don't have one right now.
Not necessarily. I don't, like I said, I don't believe in soulmates.
Interesting.
So I'm happy where I am now.
Yes.
But I wouldn't label it as a soulmate.
Interesting. Do you not have that one person that's like literally mirrors you?
That mirrors me?
Yeah.
I think I'd hate that. I'd hate a me. That's why I kind of hate the idea of having a kid. I hate the idea of having a me.
Why? What's so bad about that?
I think I'd struggle if I wasn't me. I think I'd hate that person.
What do you mean?
I think that would really irritate me. I think I would irritate me if I wasn't me.
Tom,
Does
you're
that
not
make
that.
sense?
You're irritating, but you're not that irritating.
I think knowing who I am and what I dislike.
Yeah.
This sounds like a real cry for help. It's not. I'm absolutely fine.
You sure?
Absolutely fine.
Okay.
But I think the me seeing me, I would dislike.
Interesting.
That sounds like a
You
real cry
sure
for help.
you're
I'm
okay?
I'm fine. It just
You're
I
like
didn't know how to
trapped in your
phrase it.
soul.
I need to get out, Anya. I need help.
I'm here if you need me, Tom.
And that's the same for everyone listening. We're always at a DM away from helping if you need someone to talk to.
Exactly. Anyway, I think we need to get you a soulmate, Tom. I think we need to sort you out with one.
What if the girlfriend wants to try a little bit harder?
Oh,
Oh, I punched my eye.
You literally said last week. You literally said. I wonder if I'll ever go an episode without punching the mic.
Not this week.
Not this week.
Not this week. That was a good clatter. That was a good clatter of a microphone. So, yeah, like I said, I don't really believe in soulmates.
Well,
My
yeah.
girlfriend is a good person. She's the right fit, but like I said, I wouldn't tie anyone down to that.
It's a lot of pressure, isn't it? Like, I can imagine if someone came up to you and was like, "You're my soulmate."
Oh
it's
my
quite
god, I
like,
wouldn't know how to respond.
"Huh,
How would you
he-"
respond to that? A random stranger goes, "You're my soulmate." You go,
Or not a random stranger, but if it's like somebody that is in your life and you love very much and they're like, "You're my soulmate," that's quite
it
a
also
lot.
depends on how they say it. The way you just said it, "You're my soulmate," it sounds quite intimidating. I thought, okay, I'm sorry, yes I am. I apologise because I don't know why.
It's quite an intimidating phrase to put on someone. I think I can only imagine it would be like
You are
if
mine
somebody,
now.
yeah, if somebody gave you like a promise ring. It's just like unnecessary stuff
have a
that I now
friendship
have to.
ring? Or a friendship band.
No, well, yeah,
Friendship
like friendship bracelets. But do you know what a promise ring is?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's kind of different from like a friendship bracelet.
Well, I don't know. Do you have friendship bracelets?
Well, yeah, I do actually have
Do you take them
friendship
off?
bracelets. Yeah, I haven't got a friendship
See,
bracelet
it's
on
not,
me now.
It doesn't work.
I am bracelets. Well, except for headbands.
Oh.
But that's not a bracelet.
My pal Ellie from the episode Toxic Friendships, she gave me a friendship bracelet.
Did she?
Mm.
When?
We were in
Why?
Brighton.
Did she?
So it was on the floor, and she said, "Do you want to join this?" I said,
I don't think it
"Absolutely."
really works like that, does it?
That's exactly how it works. Ellie messaged me because we're
Fascinating.
best friends.
Right, yeah.
She'll get it.
She's my soulmate.
Oh, just said she's mine. So
Just so you know, we're both your soulmates. You're a very popular woman.
I don't think you can be two people's soulmate.
That's another question. Can you
Okay.
have more than one soulmate?
No,
No.
because the expression soulmate.
Soulmates. Soulmate.
Oh, now that you add the S,
Soulmate.
it raises a whole different question.
I'm just overthinking it. Do you want to actually know where soulmates
Annie, do you
came
have a cat?
from?
Cats. I should
Shut
get
up.
more cats.
Shut up. Do you want to know where soulmates came from? Because this is a story that I never knew.
Is it Greek?
It is. How did you know that?
Because I think it's something to do with astrology.
It's not to do with astrology. It's to do with two
Should've
giants
clicked whilst I was ahead.
and Zeus. Actually. So it's an ancient
So similar
Greek
to astrology.
tale. Well, it's not a stars. It's not in the stars. It's the Greek gods.
Everything's in the stars, Anya.
Okay. So soulmates written in stars.
See, imagine me talking to me. It'd be hell.
I
That's
do
what I'm
talk to
talking
you, is hell.
No, but imagine if there was another me.
No.
So
Thank God
so
you're not a
I'm
twin.
in one ear, and then there's someone else in your other ear saying
Oh, God.
the opposite of me, but being as ignorant as I am.
Carnage.
It'd
Absolute
be
carnage.
awful, wouldn't it?
It would be awful.
That's
Anyway,
what I think stress dreams are made up of. Just
Two
me,
Toms.
rah, rah.
Yeah, to be fair, that is a nightmare. It's not even a stress dream. That's just a
hell.
nightmare.
So what I think my hell would be is me being trapped in a conversation with me and another me, all shouting different nonsense at me, then hearing you go, I'm like, I want to get out. That would be my hell right there.
Well, I'll have to get some more green candy go sweets first.
Whilst having to do a written French exam. Like,
oh, yeah, oral French exams are worst.
No, because I'm better at speaking than I am at writing.
Are you? You just said it's hell hearing yourself speak.
Yeah, because when you're doing an oral test, you don't have to listen to yourself. You just have to
True.
say it. It's like in drama. I can read lines. I don't have to write said lines.
True. Anyway, I'm going to
get
back to my story. It's not astrology. It is an ancient tale. That's not to do with astrology. So essentially, Soulmates comes from an ancient tale of Aristophanes. I'm going to completely butcher all of these Greek words.
Oh, you shouldn't have gone in so confident. It might be astrology.
It's not astrology. Anyway, Aristophanes is a comic playwright and a contemporary of Plato. If that means anything to you. He basically told a story of some two-headed giants that are called hermaphroditic giants who were cleaved apart by a jealous Zeus and fated thereafter to seek their other halves forever. So essentially you can imagine these two giants that are conjoined together. They are the soulmates.
That's one giant.
Well, it's like, I can imagine just like conjoined twins, that kind of thing.
So 4 legs.
4 legs, 4 arms.
4 arms?
Yeah. Well, they're conjoined.
Conjoined twins don't have 4 arms.
Oh, I think it depends, doesn't it? It depends where they're conjoined.
There's that kid who had whose twin was on top of his head.
On the head, yes. And didn't they both survive? Or at least one of them survived.
Died recently, I think. One has severe learning disabilities.
I think that's crazy.
Fine. But it's incredible that medicine and science can separate two people.
It is.
I also think it's insane that nature can weld 2 people together.
It is incredible.
That's crazy.
Crazy what nature can do. Especially these Greek gods, you know.
Yeah, so sorry, back to what you were saying. So it's 4-armed, 4-legged, 2-headed.
They were split into 2 halves because Zeus was jealous. It doesn't say why Zeus was jealous in my storybook here. And essentially, they were separated. They were soulmates, and they were sent into this hell of being separated and lost and trying to...
talking at them and oh, I've been there.
And trying to find each other forever and ever and ever. So... that is where soulmates arrive from. But the thing that I get confused at is that I always thought that soulmates were just 2 people that had never met each other before. But from this story, it sounds like the soulmates have met at the very beginning and then they're separated and they have to go and find each other. So you know that like tale of...
So I should go and find the midwife that helped birth me.
No. You know the tales of how you probably already know your soulmates or you've crossed paths with your soulmates but you've not noticed it. Like
until I move to Korea. That's going to be a real twist in the whole game plan.
Exactly.
Take that.
Maybe that's where...
you said it was.
Maybe that's where that comes from because... you were separated at the beginning and your paths might have crossed at some point. I don't know. Interesting, though,
if I was separated with someone, I'd hope I'd...
remember them. Yeah. Yeah.
I forget a lot of people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not me yet. I'm still here, kicking around.
That's because you go, Tom, we've got to record and go, ah.
Exactly. But anyway, soulmates are strange. But Tom, I know that
I'm gonna get that tattooed. Soulmates are strange.
They are strange. But I know that you don't necessarily believe in it. However,
I don't believe in.
I did my research and actually I found some statistics that I thought were quite compelling compared to what I thought I would find. Okay. And this research comes from the scienceofpeople.com and it's an American site because have you ever realised that when you look online for statistics, most of them are American and not from the UK or elsewhere? Do you ever find that?
I find a lot of them are from newspapers from paid research.
Paid research? What do you mean?
So let's say brand X does a research for why brand X is so good.
Yeah.
This is our research that we found and it's sold to a cheap newspaper.
Yeah, but what I mean is like what country it's based on. Like where they've done their surveys.
It's normally UK newspapers I'm seeing.
Ah, right. Well,
So.
I'm just looking online, and I usually
I'm
find
looking
that it's
online,
mostly
but on the
America.
newspapers.
Ah, well, the newspapers aren't talking about soulmates. So this website says that 73% of Americans believe in soulmates, and actually more men than women believe that they are destined to find their one true soulmates, which is interesting. That
I didn't think it would be that way.
No, I thought it'd be more women that are like more.
I think it's because it's more romanticised.
Yeah. Oh, jinx. Isn't that just a play on our gender roles, hey? Sexism. You not talking on first. Oh, sorry. Jinx, Padlock Private. You can talk now.
Is that what you have to say? I think you just have to say their name like 3 times.
Oh, Tom.
Well, it's too late now. I've broken it. I've broken Jinx.
Well, I'm an adult, Tom. I don't play these stupid games anymore.
Oh, I was going in a car with someone and they said shotgun. I was like, I haven't done this in so long because I'm an adult.
If someone said yellow car no returns and hits you, do you just let it happen?
And I go, I'm not an adult. I'm an adult. I don't play these games.
Okay, just take it.
I'll be beaten and crying.
What? And then when a yellow car comes over on your side and you see it first and you have the opportunity to hit them back, you don't?
No, I haven't played yellow car no returns in about 15 years.
Well, neither have I, but you just played the Jinx Padlock Private game and that confused
you got me there.
I wasn't sure.
You have goofed me good.
So yes, more men actually believe in soulmates than women, which is very interesting.
That is crazy because before the whole Jinx, it's the whole romanticised aspect of it that I thought women would be like, I will find this is massively sexist and just purely
just based off culture and what society has taught us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That I would see women going, I want to find my Prince Charming, and look for it, whereas a guy would go, I'm looking for an attractive female. Just due to past societal constructs. That's why I see it as.
No, I was the same. I was
provider.
a little bit shocked as well. But yeah, very interesting. Interesting that actually people do believe in soulmates, and I think it's quite cute. It's endearing, isn't it? It's endearing. It's hopeful. And I know that some people probably sit there and go, "Oh, it is just humankind trying to come up with random rubbish so they keep their hopes up and think that there's somebody out there for them," because that's what we say to people when they're upset that they don't have somebody. That we always say, "Oh, there's someone out there for you. You'll find your soulmate." So yeah, I don't know, Tom. I'm still sat on the fence about it. I think I like the idea.
Pick a side.
I like the idea of it. I think there's probably a lot of people out there that I am more compatible with than others. However, I don't think it's necessarily made up of if you're compatible or not. I think it's about like the life experiences that you've had, the memories you make together, trust, all of that.
So do you think you found your soulmate?
I don't think.
As you asked me that question earlier, then I went on this weird spiraling internal despair.
You did. I think that I haven't dated enough people to know whether the person I'm with right now is more or less right for me than somebody else would be, you know? Like I haven't really tested the water. However, the person that I'm with right now makes me happy, and I think that's all that matters. Like if I'm happy and being looked after and vice versa, then I'm happy. You know what I mean?
That's all I want, is just someone that makes me happy.
I think everyone wants that, right? That's what you have that's why I think every relationship in your life.
I want to be mothered, is what I'm trying to say.
You want to be mothered, so you want somebody to look after you.
That's what I look for, yes.
Interesting.
No. I'm actually fairly self-sufficient these days, Anya.
Hey,
I'm a big boy.
You make your bed, sleep with your alien toy.
No, I actually don't. That's a collective thing.
He's stuttering lies.
I have 4 pillows.
Wow.
And I chuck them all off my bed and pretty much sleep on
Do you sleep with 2 pillows or 4 pillows?
Well, 4 is on my bed, and then I get rid of pretty much 3 during the night.
Thank you. So you only sleep with when you lie down. Do you choose to have 2 pillows under your neck or 1 pillow?
I have 1 pillow because my neck's craned at that point, and I go, oh, it really hurts.
Exactly. I have 1 pillow as well. Whilst most of my friends like to have 2 pillows, and it confuses me. And I'm like, you must wake up with your neck like.
aesthetically is why I like to have 4 pillows.
Oh, I have 4 pillows on my bed for aesthetics.
And then you chuck them off. So that's the same with that. They've got a name like a throw pillow or something. Throw cushion.
Yeah.
And it's just there for decorative piece, and I yeet it off.
I have 8 pillows on my bed.
That's just too many.
Looks great though.
Why do you have 8 pillows?
Aesthetics. They're really cool pillows. You would actually quite like them.
We'll put a picture on Anya's Instagram. On our Instagram.
Do I really want to show my bed to the world?
Absolutely.
Well, you do every week.
Everyone loves it. Well, if you watch the YouTube video, you'll see my bed every week.
This is not my bed.
Christmas lights. It's someone else's. Who else are you recording again?
This is the spare room.
You're in tier 2. You can't.
You know what's over there?
He who must not be named.
I just have a random in the spare.
Yeah, just a little creep. An elf. Do you have an elf on a shelf?
You're close. It's all the Christmas presents are over there.
Have you already finished Christmas shopping?
No, this is all my mum's Christmas.
Have you started Christmas shopping?
I have 3 presents left to get. I'm about 2/3 of the way through my Christmas shopping.
And what am I getting?
Nothing.
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
What am I getting?
Well, a lovely gift that's going to arrive in 2 weeks' time.
You
Perfect for this
don't know
recording
my
of this
address.
Podcast. Do I not?
Do you? I
Do
don't know
I?
your address. If you want a present, send me your address.
I'm absolutely not going to.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird how I don't know your address?
No.
I've never been to your house. Fun fact about me and Tom.
Come round. What are you doing after
Can't.
lockdown?
Yeah, exactly. Just can't. Can't make it. Why? I don't want
normally
to.
When I get rejected by someone, it's like a little bit lighter, but can't.
Sorry, Tom. I'll meet you halfway. I'll meet you in London.
Imagine you're trying to impress a girl. And like, hey, what's your name? I don't want to talk to you. And you're okay.
What's your name? Can't do this.
I think that'd be better. I think I'd prefer that. Just straight up. Nah.
Just straight up,
Right,
no.
fair play. Instead of, yeah, I'll take a free drink. You go, oh, something's happening here. No. Oh. Did you goof? Come on, Anya. Come on. Back.
So, Tom, I think that's the end of the podcast episode for this week.
So, this week we'll put up a poll.
Put
up a poll.
Put up a poll.
Of, do you believe in soulmates?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why you agree with me, because I'm always right. Sorry, Anya. Sucks for you.
I'm not saying you're neither right nor wrong, Tom. Like I have said throughout this episode, I'm on the fence about
not
it.
Just throughout this episode. Anya is indecisive and doesn't take a stance on anything.
I think I'm just the devil's advocate on a lot of things, and
because
I like to be impartial and see.
You are impartial.
I like to see on both sides of the fence. I like to dabble in both opinions.
So look at both sides of the fence.
Over each side, each guard. I don't know.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you understand what Anya's saying, tweet us on We Are AudioBox or Instagram us on We Are AudioBox too. It's the same handle because we're not very creative. Check out this video.
No, it's just easier, not very creative. Why are you dissing us for no reason?
I think Anya wants a fight, and I think we're going to have to fight Anya after lockdown. It'll be the big boxing match of podcasting world.
I'll cough on you.
YouTubers have gone into boxing. Why can't podcasters? Me v Anya. Who's going to win? The showdown.
Me.
Absolutely.
No question.
I've got the height. I've got the reach, Anya.
Yeah,
look at his arms.
I've got the nimbleness. You won't see me coming.
You probably are faster than me. I am. I was quite lazy. So, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Follow us on We Are AudioBox. That's both for Twitter and Instagram, for convenience and not because we're not creative.
Thank you.
Check out this on YouTube at AudioBox. Just do a little search for AudioBox and you'll see it.
Just because we are creative.
Oh, God, shut up. I'm trying to wrap this up, Anya. Come on. What do I normally say here? Because Anya's thrown me off here. Thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week for another great episode. Yes. Is there anything you want to add, Anya?
Well, you were just saying what else do you say here, and I was about to say tell a friend, but then you just said thank you very much, thanks for listening, goodbye.
Well, you can tell a friend. I didn't say goodbye. You can tell a
friend.
Yet.
No, you can tell a friend. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. That's it. That's
tell
all
more
I
than
say.
one friend. Tell all your friends.
Yeah.
Tag them in one of our posts and say, hey, these guys are pretty cool.
Yeah, we love that. We love that shiz.
We do. Shiz. Nice censorship.
That shiz. Anyway.
Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks,
Remember,
guys.
it's 3 more weeks until Christmas.
How exciting.
So, buy your presents now. Be ready for that. And we will see you for another great episode next week.
Bye, kids.
Bye, Tune Squatters. Bye-bye.